Okay, I have my list of notes, okay? So basically we went to the studio. Which first of all, Sakana forgot where it was. So he got off on the wrong floor, but the rest of us were on the elevator still, and he was like, shoot, it's the wrong floor, and then he turned around. And then we watched as he slowly tried to run back, but the elevator door just closed on him, and I thought that was worth mentioning because it was really funny. None of you pressed the open button? Okay, so I was not near the buttons at all, and I don't think the others knew which button it was. Maybe Mint did. I don't think Mint was near the buttons either. But the open and close buttons are written in kanji. I can read them. But if you can't read them, it might be a bit of an issue. But I was not near the buttons, so I could not press the button. Also, it was funny to just watch the doors close on him. A spawn guy came to help us get there. So that was super sweet. And then we went up, and then we got into the studio, and it was so cool. Very pristine room with a bunch of cool looking technology. They welcomed us with like a bunch of food. Oh, excuse me. There was like a snacks table. And there was a snacks table. And they had onigiri for us. And on the box, on the onigiri, it was so sweet. They said like, it said, welcome to Japan. These are onigiri rice balls. Like they put rice balls underneath just in case we didn't know what onigiri was. It was so sweet. Welcome to Japan. It was so cute. It was so cute. Also, there were like way too many rice balls for the amount of people that were. Like we could not finish that because they also had bentos on the side. They had chicken bentos on the side, and those are so good. They were really good, but also I was really hungry at the time. We went to the kombini beforehand just to pick up some snacks, because Pippa's a little picky with her snacks. So yeah, they led us into our little waiting room, which also had a table with drinks and snacks on it. As if the ones outside weren't enough. There was also a table inside of the green room for us, and they gave us our suits, and they were in these little they were in these pouches for us, and they were all labeled with our names. Oh, why is it so big? I took a picture with Malleus because I don't I don't have a Uruka plushie, so I brought Malleus with me. Okay? Why are you guys hung up on the fact that I took a Malleus? What's wrong with taking Malleus with me? But yeah, the mocap suit was in here. And the mocap suit is basically this like body tight Velcro suit. And they put the little like sensor balls on it, and it was so freaking hot. If you guys haven't been in like Asia in the summer, see, it says 90 degrees. It says it's 90 degrees, but 90 degrees in Asia is very different from 90 degrees in the west coast of America. Okay, it is incredibly different. The humidity is so bad. I swear to God, I go outside and breathe, it feels like I'm drinking water. Thankfully, it was air conditioned inside, but our green room was a little hotter than the actual studio area. So it was a little hot putting them on. Yeah, so we were in these like tight mocap suits. How tight? It's pretty much like a morph suit, but thicker and Velcro, basically. And there's like this dorky ass cap too. It looks so stupid. Because there was like a cap, right? We had to tie our hair. We had to tie our hair up. I can tie like my own hair into a bun. Like it couldn't be a ponytail. We all went in ponytails, but they were like, no, it has to be in a bun because otherwise it's gonna be like swinging around. So like I don't really have an issue with tying my hair into like my own hair into a bun. Like I can kind of do it, like a very messy one. It fell out like halfway through, but no one really cared. And Leah could do it as well. Mint was fine. But Pippa was having a lot of issues. I was like, I don't really think I can help you. I don't know how to do that. And Leah was like, okay, maybe I can do it. So Leah went over to help Pippa with her hair. And she was trying her very best to tie her hair into a bun. Leah couldn't really tie it into a bun either. It was it's like really hard. It's low-key really hard to tie long hair into a bun. Yeah, and all the while Leah was tying Pippa's hair, this one, like, there was, okay, so one of the spawn staff was putting the balls on me, and one of the spawn staff was putting the balls on Pippa. So the one that was putting the balls on Pippa was standing there waiting for Pippa to have her hair tied, right? She was just standing there watching Leah and Pippa fail to put Pippa's hair in a bun, and it took so long. Like I swear this took at least 5 minutes to put Pippa's hair into a bun. The spawn person was just standing in front of her going like, and she turned to look at the other spawn staff that was putting the balls on me. She turned to look at her in like the funniest way. Guys, you seen this shit? Literally. And there was like a waist belt thingy to put all the like tech stuff on, which was kind of interesting because like they put it like right on my hip bone. I've never had anything like placed that tightly on my hip bone before. It was kind of weird. Just thought I'd mention that. It was kind of odd feeling. But yeah, so we did our rehearsals and I was the first one up because they wanted to go in order. So I was the first one up and oh my god, I was nervous because to give background, I have experience with stage stuff, but like in the past maybe 10 years, the only stage things I've done were like classical violin / viola kind of things. I haven't done like stage productions kind of things since like early middle school / elementary school. So it's been a really long time since I've had to like actually show personality. It's been a while, so I was really nervous. I was really nervous about it. But I was first up. But yeah, like the moment the song started, it just kicked in. Like my brain locked in. And I was like, energy time. I heard the music and I was like, yeah, lock in, energy time. And then I wasn't nervous anymore. But you guys saw the FU, right? That was the FU that you guys saw was already like 50% less than what I was actually doing because I will get to it in a second, but after the very first rehearsal of FU, not even after, like the moment the song ended, the spawn guy behind me, there was a guy dedicated just to bring me my stool and water because of how tired I was. The moment the song ended, there was one spawn staff rushing over with a chair and water, another spawn staff rushing over with a big ass fan because I was dying because I was moving so much. That's great service. I know. Like they had air conditioning on, and I don't think they were planning on bringing that fan, but like they saw what I was doing and they're like, oh, she needs the big ass fan. So when I finished the first rehearsal at FU, I was freaking dying, man. I was dying. Like, it's summer in Japan. Wearing a full mocap suit, running around for 1 minute and 20 seconds straight. So I sat down, and not only do they bring you your water bottle, they unscrew the cap. They unscrew the cap for you too. And I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you. So they were like, cool, that looked good. Can you do it again? And I was sitting there like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I can do it. So I got up and I did it again. And I did it again, and then the stool guy, sure enough, came right when I finished and with my water. And I was like, and they're like, awesome. Can you do it again? I was like, yeah, okay, I can do it. Okay. So I got up and I did it again. I finish, they run with my stool, they turn the fan higher, and I was sitting there like, please no. And they're like, okay, one more time. And I was like, and I was like, okay. And by this point, I had lost like all feeling in my limbs. I could like barely move. I could barely jump. And I was like, fuck. But okay. Alright, I'll do it. So I did it. I nearly died. The moment I stopped, I thought I was gonna die. Bro brought my stool over, brought my water. I had to sit there for like 15 minutes before starting the next one. Thankfully, the next song was Dry Flower, and I could just stand there and like wave my arms around. So it was alright. It was alright. I got a chance to rest up a little. Yeah, and you know what else is really funny? So basically we could like hear, we had earpieces and the mics, right? So we had a mic earpiece. So we could hear the people in the booth, the studio booth. And they were talking we can hear while they were talking amongst themselves. And obviously they're speaking in Japanese, so like I only understood things here and there. But there was a certain point that they were like, we have to do this one thing. Should we have Kevin-san do it? Kevin-san is Sakana, by the way, if you didn't know. Should we have Kevin-san do it? And then another one of the Spawn employees was like, Kevin-san yabai. Why? What did he do? So based off of what I know, the last time they were there, they had Kevin-san do this one task, and he was just really bad at it. Like he was like terrible at it. So this time they were like, oh, should we have him do it again? But then one of the other staff was like, oh, he kind of sucks at it though. So most of my energy was drained out of me from FU. The other ones were alright. But I learned then that I should not put so much energy into FU because I will actually die. So basically after I finished my own set, it was Temma's after, and then everyone else is blah blah blah. But I was like so hungry. Mind you, like it sounds like it's quick, but this my rehearsal parts, I was doing this from 10:30 a.m. to like 10:30 to like 2:30 p.m. or 3, and like I was so tired. And the thing about me is that I don't really notice that I'm tired until I stop. But the thing is, I did notice that I was tired which meant that I was way more tired than I actually thought I was. So the moment that I stopped, I sat down and I was like hunched over the table eating my chicken bento. And I think Pippa and Sakana and Mint, or I don't remember who was talking, but they were having a conversation and I was listening in. I was interjecting every now and then, eating my bento. But suddenly, in the middle of eating my bento, suddenly my vision just tilted 45 degrees counterclockwise. And I couldn't hear anything. And this lasted for maybe like 3 seconds until it rotated back forward and I was so disoriented. I was like, and they were still having their conversation, so I don't really want to interject. But I was like, my vision just rotated. I don't know if that's normal. And Pippa was like, I think you might have heat stroke or something. And I was like, you're probably right. Did you hear a high-pitched whine? Kind of, yeah. Like, I couldn't hear anything else. It was kind of just like... It was weird, because my vision rotated, but I also felt myself rotate. Kind of. Like, I felt like I was gonna tip over. But then it rotated back in time so that I didn't tip over. And then suddenly, I felt very sick. And I was like, if I stand up now, I might vomit. So I just stood there, and I sat there, and I was like, I don't think I can even continue eating my bento anymore. So I just sat there and closed my eyes for a bit. And Mint was super nice. She was like, maybe you want to lie down on the couch. And I was like, you know what? That's probably a good idea. I feel really bad because this is like the first time I met Mint. And I was just dying the whole time. She was very helpful though. She was very nice, very helpful. She prompted me to lie down, and she also helped me out by suggesting vitamin supplements. I wouldn't have thought of that. So we had to send Sakana to the kombini to buy me vitamins so I wouldn't die. Yeah, we were like, Sakana, we need you to buy iron supplements for me. And he was like, what the fuck is iron? And we're like, what do you mean, what is iron? Yeah, so Mint like searched up the specific thing that would be in the kombini and sent him a picture. She saved my life, man. Yeah, so he came back with my iron supplement jelly. And I downed one of those. And I was just lying on the couch for the next like 6 hours.